Good Friday morning, Belgrade, and the rest of the world. It's not morning in the rest of the world, but it's morning in the only time zone that matters, and a time zone 1 hour ahead, of course. Today you can hear all the birds singing. You can hear the birds singing every day. It's going to be a warm and lovely day, I believe, for Good Friday. And we'll be in curfew from 5 o'clock until Tuesday, 5 o'clock in the morning. So today I will be out enjoying the sun as much as I can. And I think I've pretty much bought the groceries that I need. I need to get some liquid soap, that's all I need. And I'll be good to stay inside for the whole weekend. I hope you guys are also prepared and don't have to wait in super long lines. I've noticed that people here stand in lines. They're like happy to stand in lines. You go to a store, you stand in line, and there's another identical store almost 100 meters away, and there's no line there, but you don't bother to go there. And I suppose that's, I don't know, I suppose Serbians are more patient than other people, or it's the fact that if you stand in line you are actually being a little bit social, which you're otherwise not allowed to be. So, COVID news. This list seems to be in falling order of, or descending order of confirmed cases, COVID cases. So number 1, United States. Spain, Italy, Germany, France, United Kingdom, there we go, China. Number 7, this Chinese virus isn't really Chinese anymore. Wow, that is a mishmash of cultures. What's interesting here is Turkey, with a population of almost 85 million people, has a confirmed number of cases of less than 75,000 and deaths less than 2,000. That is a really good number. I will come back to that. Now let's go down to, let's just say Netherlands. 3,000 deaths from less than 30,000 confirmed cases. Not very good numbers. And let's go down to Sweden, which is like, oh my god, a population of 10 million people. And to anybody, to all the people who are still appalled by the fact that or outraged by the fact that I chose to stay here. Well, the numbers speak for themselves. Be the scientists that you are and check the numbers and forget your own fears and feelings. Check the numbers, check the statistics. I mean, what the fudge? Now, oh my god, if I have any problem with any sort of health issue, I am not going to get any help from anywhere there. It's as simple as that. I am so sorry for any pregnant woman in Sweden at the moment, because you're not going to get any help from the authorities. Let's go and check the other countries, the neighboring countries, which are very, very similar in GDP and in every way. What's up? I mean, seriously, what is up? Serbia. Whoa! This doesn't look so bad now, does it? Anders Tegnell, the hero of Sweden, who is in charge of Folkhälsomyndigheterna, which is the people's health authorities. Sweden has like authorities for everything. There's like a dog poo authority for picking up dog poo. They have authorities for everything. How well these authorities work? He keeps saying we have everything under control, everything is great, all the numbers are great. If 10% of the population dies, he'll probably say, oh yes, but this is this is the number that we were hoping for. Yeah, you have reached the result that you were expecting, so that's great. That's all you need to do. Also, apparently, according to personal source, this is not, I'm not quoting any papers or anything, this is personal source, they decide to give respirators not to old people, but if you have a younger person coming in needing a respirator, they will give that to the younger person, seeing as younger people who can still make money are more worth than older people. The youngest person who died is 26 years old in Sweden, and there was another man who was 30 years old. There are speculations as to whether these people actually had some pre-existing condition. Apparently the man did, but the woman, and they won't release that information due to patient hospital confidentiality, which I can understand. They are asking him also, is this what you were hoping for? He says, pretty close. We have not reached our ceiling yet, our threshold for when the health departments and hospitals can operate without big problems. They were operating with huge problems before Corona. I think it feels, this is something they always use, because feeling is always a subjective thing. You cannot feel something wrong. So he doesn't express his opinion, his expert opinion. He says, I think it feels pretty hopeful. And I'm happy, I think it's super that the Swedish population could have done this together. So when constantly updating on Corona gets boring, you start writing real news. The effects of not being able to access Sweden has left Finland completely snuff-free. What is snuff? Well, snuff is a Swedish tradition. It's small pouches of tobacco that you stuff under your lip. It's illegal to sell in the rest of the EU except for Sweden, who claims that it's a national tradition. Had the EU not let Sweden produce and make snuff, Sweden would have declined a membership in the EU. Go Sweden! So, changing scenery, we're outside and it's super beautiful, or like a friend of mine would say, super beautiful. So I said I would get back to Turkey. Apparently, confirmed by a Turkish source of mine, personal, no media. Turkey is also in lockdown or curfew during weekends, so we're not alone. And imagine the streets of Istanbul and Ankara and Izmir in complete lockdown. Like, when have those streets ever in the history of the universe been that quiet? Especially Istanbul. Anyways, apparently commuter traffic is stopped and taxis are allowed to roll. However, you need to wear a mask in a taxi, and you also need to you can only be 2 people and the driver. And you have to sit at the back, you can't sit in the front, which would be a problem for me because I don't like sitting in the back, because I feel like a royalist pig. So but like you saw before, their numbers are also very low for being such a hugely populated country.